Hi guys, Tungsten here. So what we have here today basically is the LP55. Well, the best way that I can describe this is probably a heavily inspired by the Mark II by that zone. But they have actually make it such that it is magazine fed. Like over here, as you can see, the blaster now is a transparent. Basically, the outer shell is a little bit of redesign, but they actually make it mag fed. But operation wise, is more or less the same as the Mark II, as you can see over here. Now, there isn't any safety, so I guess that is one feature that they deem not necessary in this case. Now, first thing first, what I'm interested in is basically, since it's a magazine fed, but can it be compatible with this fast loader over here? Right, so let's give it a try, open it up, and of course, it doesn't, to my disappointment. If it can, then I'll say it is a plus, right? But unfortunately, it is not. Later on, we'll take a look at the FPS, but before that, let's take a look at what is given over here. By the way, this costs about less than $20 SGD. Okay, so that is less than $20 SGD. In comparison, I pay about more than $100 for the Mark II from that zone itself. Right. So we can see that it is kind of, the shell is a little bit of redesign. The grill here is totally useless. It doesn't really, I don't think it can attach anything. It's like kind of straight over here, right? You can see over there, right? So again, here is the magazine release. It doesn't gravity drop. Okay, you do have to pull it out a little bit. Okay, doesn't gravity drop, right? What's next? Okay, the magazine, of course, you cannot fit any talent mag or any of sort, because it does require the lip over here to kind of become a part, and the priming requires that, right? So it comes with a holster, which is actually pretty okay. Okay, it fits pretty nicely. Okay, adjustable, all right, pretty nicely. It comes with a front attachment where you can put it in. Okay, make the blaster look more sci-fi-ish, I guess. Okay, then if you just put it up, then you can okay, put it out. Right, like I mentioned, later on we'll do a FPS test. I don't really have much of a kind of expectation for this, but in basically there are already upgrade spring that is available, like a 6 kilo and an 8 kilo. I'll probably try out the 6 first, see whether the priming, how it works, and then there is also kind of different upgrade barrel over here. The cost, I think, if it's a pair like this, probably less than $10 SGD, I guess, or slightly over, I'm not too sure. But probably I'll do the kind of upgrade in a separate video. Okay, it comes with a kind of a glass, protective glass, which is good. But probably you'll use your own, I guess. But it's not too shabby. Okay, it's not too shabby. Right. Okay. Right. And of course, it comes with 2 magazines. Unfortunately, just 2. And I don't think they sell this separately, so it's kind of weird. You have one inside and then you only have one. It'll be good if you have another one. Now, like I said, this is heavily inspired by the Dark Zone Mark II over here. As you can see, if you take it out as a comparison, you can see that basically the silhouette is almost the same. Okay, I like to say that the grip is actually, they can actually keep it quite small, which is easy to grip on, which is fine. Okay, which I pretty much like that. Okay, but on hand, you really can feel the difference in terms of material wise. This is a much solid kind of material, and of course the spring is a lot stronger over here. Right, I did a review on this as well, which is compared to the other KO, which is a Bluebird. But anyway, okay, other than that, there is no prime indicator as well, so this is just a block over here. Now, one thing to take note of, I realized something when I test out this system itself, is this magazine itself, the dart itself over here. Okay, I tried it out, I realized certain darts start to jam. Then I start to take a closer look and see why is it jamming for certain darts. Then I realized that the working dart itself, okay, some of the worker dart seems the older one seems to be slightly longer, and true enough, when I check out their website, I realized that some of the older darts are like 38 mm, and then there are newer one that's 37, and then there is another one that states to be 36. So there is a kind of a moving of darts to the smaller length of 36. I kind of curious, because I think this change of length occurred during the period whereby they have the Nightingale, worker Nightingale, which I also feel that certain darts, the older darts tends to cannot kind of spring up because of the length itself. So I use this as a test later on. It is, I think, about close to 37 mm or slightly shorter. So it seems to be quite alright. Yeah, so basically you just load. I load about, for this magazine, I think I would say I would stick to 6. 7 is a bit pushing it. Yeah, 6 will be good. So you put it in. As you can see, you put it up here and you load it up just like the dart zone, and you fire off. Wow, it actually feels quite strong. But anyway, later we'll check it out. Right, so this is pretty much the overview of the blaster itself. I like the transparent look, but not but the color, I guess you can spray different color if you like for the other parts. Right, so very kind of affordable but heavily inspired by Dart Zone. So I guess the design credit probably you have to give it to Dart Zone. Now I know Dart Zone is coming out with the Mark 2.1, which I will be getting one. And when that comes in, we really can take a look at is it even compatible in terms of their magazine. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the FPS. Alright, so now we have done the FPS test. I must say I'm pretty surprised for such a affordable blaster. It actually can go up to maybe basically 90 plus at certain instance if you are using the dragon darts, and in fact even for the yellow darts over here, I occasionally also can get 90 kind of FPS. So this is like comes stock without any upgrade of the spring, so it does give me some okay, I'm very curious, is this spring is going to work towards increasing the performance, or is there going to be an increase of performance? But all in all, I'm pretty surprised with this offering. Okay, yeah. So when we get the Dart Zone 2.1, okay, then we can do a comparison, and maybe meanwhile I can also do some upgrade and test it out. So I am pretty impressed by the so-called performance. So I guess the credit should go to Dart Zone Engineering. Okay, although they did do some modification to the shell. Yeah, okay. But then again, they did actually came out with the MagFed system even before Dart Zone actually releases theirs. Well, okay, there we have it. This is the LP55 blaster, MagFed. Okay, blaster itself. Right, so I'm Tungsten. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button. I'll greatly appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Bye.